Secretary of State, Fox News contributor Mike Pompeo joins us now. Mr. Secretary, I think the verdict's in. Russia has no interest in peace, and they're not pretending anything different now. How should the president be reading this?
Well, first of all, Brian, I think you're absolutely right. I think Vladimir Putin has zero interest in any negotiated solution. He's going to stay at this until there's enormous cost imposed on him. So what does that mean for how President Trump and the West, Europe, importantly, should respond? Handful of tools, right? Real sanctions. So the Europeans shouldn't be buying Russian oil. It's crazy they're still funding this war. Second, we should permit deep strikes on military targets into Ukraine, imposing real costs on their military, taking down their capacity to extend this conflict. And then there's other financial things. You could go after Chinese banks. Chinese banks are funding this war. So there are many tools still in President Trump's arsenal. I think that's what it's going to take. Vladimir Putin's talking about Finland now. He is not going to give up short of real pressure.
The same rhetoric coming from Medvedev, the former president, about Finland is exactly the precursor in the statements made before the invasion of Ukraine. Finland is not unique. They are going after certain areas, saying they teach the Slavic people poorly in the 1940s, X, Y, and Z, making up some crazy history. That's why Finland joined NATO. They've already infiltrated Moldova. They have a plan to put 2,500 high-precision missiles. They're building them right now. They have a massive plan for expanding Russian drone production. And yet there's a report in the Financial Times today that the U.S. is slowing down delivery of air defense to Ukraine. Do you think that could be true?
I hope it's not. I hope we're not slowing down air defense. Remember, now the Europeans are buying these weapon systems for us, so the American taxpayer now is no longer underwriting this. We should be accelerating the air defense systems, not only for Ukraine, but for all of Europe. And we should be providing them the tools to go on offense as well.
And I watched Elbridge Colby as a commentator. He was not for this war. He said we should focus on China. Now he's in charge of procurement. Do you think he could be doing things without the president knowing it or without the Secretary of War knowing it?
Seems hard to imagine that he could. They would certainly know about it. They can read the Financial Times, too. But more importantly, they know what's going on in their team. President Trump always knew what was taking place. I'm confident President Trump, when he sees that this is what's taking place, this is not the way President Trump thinks about this. He's always been tough on Russia. He's always been willing to do the necessary to deter Vladimir Putin. No reason to think President Trump's changed.
So there was also a report on Friday you probably read that we're pulling out some troop presence in the Baltic areas, beginning in Lithuania. Man, is that the wrong message to send?
Yeah, to the world. Xi Jinping would see that. Chairman Kim would see that. The Ayatollah in Iran would see that we're going to back away from a threat where Russia has stolen European ground and we back up. That is not the right message. And it's a message that feels more like a Biden administration than a Trump administration.
Ukrainians are making progress. They're pushing back and taking back towns in the Donetsk region. I think the European leaders are coming here to work with the president. I give the president high marks saying, look, I know where Putin stands, but my goal is to end the war. But Putin's goal is totally different. And if he begins to embarrass the president, and for those people watching us saying that I want war, you want war, the way to avoid it is to show you're willing to fight it, and we're capable of winning it.
None of us want war. I was a soldier a long time ago. Wars are awful. In the end, you still have to protect American interests. And America has a deep fundamental interest in making sure Vladimir Putin isn't seen as having succeeded in this war. It'll be a decade to try to get that back if Putin is perceived as having had a victory here.
I know you start teaching at Columbia this semester. Those are very lucky students. I hope they realize that.
Thanks, Brian.
Although at Columbia, I don't know.
It'll be quite the adventure. I'm looking forward to it.
You can handle it. Anything. I'm the Secretary. Great to see you.
Thanks, Brian.
By the way, it's going to